All right, YouTube, day 2, squat every day. I'm also going to bench and deadlift today. So this is a low bar squat, got it on level 5. And I'm going to bench and deadlift today. That's an SBD, squat, bench, deadlift. So I'm going to set up the next squat rack next to me, put something in the way so people, if they start coming in the gym, they wouldn't come next to me, bothering me. I'm also going to bench on this bench right here. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and weigh myself. And fun fact, I weighed myself this morning and I was 167, 168. Now in the gym, when I got on clothes, even though they're lightweight clothes, I'm hydrated, which means I drank a lot of liquid and I ate already. So I'm almost 10 pounds heavier. Well, 178. Yeah, I'm over 10 pounds heavier in the same day. So that proves a lot of people, look at that, 166.3. A lot of people don't understand. It is whole o'clock. But a lot of people don't understand that when you weigh yourself inconsistently, a lot of people think they're not losing weight or they're gaining weight or they're losing more weight than they think they are. They're weighing themselves inconsistently, right? So I wake up and weigh myself with no clothes on and, get my day started, all right? So I'm going to put a 45-pound plate on each side. This is a 45-pound bar. Which makes it 135 pounds. For those who are not into lifting, you count the bar. And what I'm doing right now is bringing my squat back. This is only day 2, and each day I'm just trying to increase my technique slowly by slowly, bringing it back to what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really got into a real good squat regimen in a long time. And fun fact about me, I barely ever have all 3 lifts good at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Your squat, your bench, your deadlift. A lot of times I be really good on the deadlift, decent on the bench, and squat non-existent. Every time my squat is halfway existent, my bench and my deadlift suffer. So I'm kind of like right now trying to tweak them to where I can have all 3 strong at the same time. If I get into my mid to early 3s soon, which is very soon, squat legs is coming from the legs. Legs are stronger than arms, so you know what I'm saying. So the 3s and 4s are gonna come real fast. I'm just squatting with reps, and I'm not worried about how much weight I can push. I'm just trying to build my technique back the way I used to have it. The approach, where I set the bar, my breathing, everything. All right, how many steps I step back. I usually want to step back 2 steps and then start pressing. A lot of times I be stumbling and fumbling. Your sense of gravity. One thing I've noticed is all the times I have to rebuild my squat and deadlift, your sense of gravity and your foot placement are the first things you realize that you done lost. All right. So mainly those are the 2 things that I'm trying to focus on. Also, like I said, breathing. Those 3 things can make or break your deadlift or your squat. So my deadlift is still good, but I ain't been deadlifting as much as I used to as of lately. I had slight injuries and stuff like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw 25 pounds more on each side. So that was 135 pounds plus 50. That is 185. That's over my body weight. That's cool. And I'm just going into. I'm gonna keep going up until I feel like it's an uncomfortable weight for me at the time. And the next time, day 3, I should be able to do a little bit better. Like I say, your technique comes back fast, all right? You built your technique back faster than you built it in the first place. Muscle memory, right? So a lot of times, people be wondering how I get stronger, even though I'm in a caloric deficit. This ain't really strength that I'm really building. This is strength that I'm building back. I'm basically building my technique back. Now, a lot of people who know the squat can see the mistakes that I'm making, but those things are expected, all right, because I'm rusty, all right? So I don't need, advice or tips or anything like that. This is not me asking people, how do I squat? Da, da, da. A lot of people, you're going forward too much on your upper body. This is a low bar squat. A low bar squat and a high bar squat look totally different. So I took the 25s off, threw another 45 pound on each side, which makes this 225 pounds. Fun fact about 225 pounds. Day 1, yesterday, was I bailed out on 225. And a lot of people were like, man, you can't even squat 225. You're supposed to be this guy. Like, no, listen. I'm not going to do nothing that I'm not comfortable with. I did not squat it because I couldn't do it. I did not do it because it was too heavy. This is the very next day. I'm not squatting until my legs are destroyed or nothing like that. I'm stimulating, not annihilating, all right? So my butt is not in the right position. I see the mistakes, but that's easy weight. So I went up another 20 pounds, right? These are 10-pound bumper plates. So these are 10-pound bumper plates. So, and they got a grenade on there. Boom. So yeah, man, this is 245 pounds. I got into like this weird conversation in between that last set, and which wasn't a set, it was a single. Anytime people see you do a single, they think you're doing a max. So that's your max? Like, dude, did you see how smooth it went up? Even though it was awkward, it went up easy because it's not a max. If it's a 1 rep, doesn't mean it's a 1 rep max. A 1 rep max means all the weight that you could do for 1 rep. It's not a max. I'm not going for my max anytime soon. So 245, got it up. Like I say, dude had talked to me for like, I don't know how long. So I'm good. So I was done with the squat. I beat yesterday. Tomorrow, I'm going to beat today. All I got to do is do more than 245 or do 245 for a few reps or something like that. So I end up taking the weight off the bar. I like to, not talk. I want to go ahead and put my bar butt naked. I start off with the bar butt naked on the bench. On the squat, I don't. I start off with 135 pounds. On the bench, I start off bar butt naked. Dude wanted the bench behind me. So I'm like, come on, bring it on then. I'll show out on you. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to my music, warm up, and then when I get to some decent weight, 225, I'm going to go ahead and start filming. I did the bar, which is 45 pounds. I did off camera, 135, which is one plate on each side, 145-pound plate on each side. Then I did 185. Same thing, kind of like what I did on the squat. I did 185, then I did 225. And right now, my bench press is way better than my squat. Why? Like I said, I've been benching more often than anything. Bench press is on the front burner right now. Bench press has been on the front burner for the last couple months. A couple months before that, my deadlift was on the front burner. All right, bench press, barbell bench press, what I'm doing right here was non-existent for even a couple years. And that's why I had that bringing my bench press back series. Right now, I'm doing like 8 or 9 reps, give or take, with 225. I weigh 168 pounds morning weight, 170 something pounds in the gym. All right, so you want to guess which, somewhere in between there, all right, is how much I weigh. And like I say, your average weight, that's 250, right? Your average weight, right? If 166 is my low and 170 is my high, my average weight will be right in the middle, 168, right? So I'm going to go ahead and sit down for a second, get some hydration, take a minute, listen to some music. I was going to do 1 rep with this weight, but I had got real mad because dude was kind of distracting me. And so I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to show off on him. And distractions, when it's a lift that I'm rusty on, like the squat and kind of the deadlift right now, distractions mess me up on my lifts. But when it comes to something that's I'm on a front burner on, distractions build me up. So I was mad. I was going to do 1 rep with this 250, right? 250, right? Those ain't 5s on the end. Those are 2.5s. I could easily say that was 255. But I don't like lying on my lifts, all right? I could have done 1 rep, but I did 3. 3 reps. Dude weigh way more than me. And you can't even do this for 1 rep, boy. You hating on me and stuff like that. Watch this. Easy. No spotter. Look at this. 1. Butt don't come off the bench. Nothing. No cheating. 2. All the way to the chest. All the way up. Come on. 3. At 160-something pounds, bro. How many people doing that? Not many naturally. So I had to show off on them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I went up to 275, I think, from there. Yeah, okay, yeah. 225-pound plates, took these other plates off, and then I would add that on. If that went up easy, the plan was to put those 2.5 plates on there with it and make 280. And I know I could do 280. I could probably do 300 pounds right now. You know what I'm saying? At 168 pounds, or whatever you want to call it. All right. But I don't use spotters. Yes, there's a few people in the gym right now, but I don't know them like that. I don't know how good they are at spotting. I don't want to get no conversation. I don't want to make friends. Nothing against people. I'm just there to lift. So once you start, inviting people into your workout, people start, making friends with you. And nothing wrong with that if two mutual people, but it's like I'm on a mission right now. So at the end of the day, I'm trying to get back to my 300 and something. I want to do 315 at this same body weight, give or take. Actually, I got a few more pounds to cut, because I'm ripped. Y'all don't see my abs because I got a shirt on, but I got them. But I want them to be a little bit more crispy. So 275, kind of heavy, but it wasn't that heavy. So I was like, nah, I'm done. I was going to do that 280, but I was like, man, it's going to take another long-ass time, and I'm about to talk to people, and I'm about to do this, and I do that. So I was, look at this, 315 in due time when I start eating. I want to do it before I start eating, hopefully, but I know I could do at least 300, you know what I'm saying, within the next couple weeks. I know I could do 305, you know what I'm saying? So 365, that was my ultimate max. I was a lot heavier then. A lot of people will be like, man, you be talking about this and that, and you got proof. Yes, I got proof, man. You're on my channel right now. Watch my old videos. I have proof of everything that I said that I lifted. I got proof, man. I got nothing but proof, and this ain't being tough, cocky, and nothing like that. So I was done benching, took the weight off the bar, made it butt naked. I went outside, called off of work because I knew I was gonna be late. And I started deadlifting. I didn't start at 315. I was listening to music while I was warming up. I started at 135, and then I did 225. Then I did 315. Like I say, also my squat, my deadlift is starting to get rusty. It's not as rusty as the squat because it is more recent when I was at my best, right? But like I said, I had slight injuries and had to quit deadlifting. So it's going to kind of feel and look kind of awkward compared to my last deadlift videos. And it is. So I did 405 next. I'm thinking about doing 500. I don't know. My max was mid fives. But it depends on how it goes. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I couldn't really find my foot placement the way I do it. And I also... My sense of my center of balance was off. I wasn't doing your foot placement has a lot to do with that, right? So it doesn't matter how much you know what you're doing, all right? It's muscle memory. It's knowing what to do and actually doing it is two different things. Right now I'm just straightening the bar out, making sure it ain't too close to the squat rack. Room, space, movability is very important, all right? But it doesn't matter how much you know what you're doing. Knowing what to do and doing it is two different things, all right? So I went and did the 405. I was going to do 455 afterwards. And because 405 didn't feel heavy, but it just felt so awkward that I just felt like I was done for the day. Because the plan was to do 5 plates because I was mad. You know what I'm saying? When I get mad, especially on my major lifts, but you have to swallow your pride, put it aside, and don't get injured and lift for another day. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't fail on any deadlift. It wasn't too heavy. I just was done right there, all right? That was an easy rep, but it just wasn't up to my standards. So I was done. My plan was to put another 45-pound plate on each side, so both of these. And I could have just go ahead and put this 50 or 40, and I wanted to do both of those, the 45-pound plate and the 25-pound plate, and made it 455. That would have been a nice, satisfying number to hit for the day. But I was like, nah, man, that's it for the day.